In this video, we're going to actually turn the first floor into the true first floor view of what you would see in your blueprint. So what we've got to do is we've got to turn a lot of things off and on. So we need to first turn off the floors. So click on one of your floors, it doesn't matter which one. Just highlight a floor, right mouse click, hide in view, category. That's going to turn off all the floors. Okay, next step, we're going to hide all the rails. So right mouse click, hide in view, category. Let's hide the posts. Right mouse click, hide in view, category. Okay, here's where you need to pay attention to what is actually going on, because some of this furniture that was created in Revit City, it's created by students or people at their business, and some things aren't quite connected to other things as they should be. So for example, if I hide this bed, it may hide all my appliances in my kitchen. So I have to be careful if I hide things by category, because it may wipe out way too much. So just hide one thing by category and then look and see if it's messed anything up. If it does mess something up, then you've got to unhide it by category and then just hide it by element. So as you're hiding things, I'm going to grab this bed, hide in view, category, and see if anything else goes away. Quite a bit went away. My shower went away and it shouldn't have gone. So I'm going to click the light bulb down here at the bottom to reveal my hidden elements. So you can see I've had a lot of stuff hidden. So I'm going to bring this bed back. Right mouse click, unhide in view, category. Okay, so we're going to bring the bed back. I'm going to turn off the light bulb. So at this point I know I need to just click on this bed, hide in view by element. So you need to move through and look at all your furniture and make sure things are hiding in view, but it's not wiping out all of your appliances and your fixtures. So we're hiding the furniture, but not the fixtures. The fixtures are the things that are going to come with the house when you buy it. So the sink, the refrigerator, the toilet, those things need to stay in this plan as placeholders to show your client where the actual equipment will go in the fixtures of the house. So furniture wise, think about it this way. They bring their own furniture, so there again, I've knocked out half of the things in my house, so I've got to unhide that and do that by element. But they bring their own furniture, so you can assume what they have and what they don't. So in the first floor plan, we just want to show them the actual house and the layout of the rooms. So you're going to go through and you're going to hide the things that need to be hidden, and you're going to then add window and door tags, and then we're going to add the annotations, dimensions around the plan itself. Once you've hidden all your furniture, this is what your plan is going to look like. Okay, so all we have: doors, windows, walls, fixtures, room names, and I have a few dimensions in here. So if you don't have any dimensions that you can see, you need to go and check to see if you have hidden them. You need to unhide them at this point, because we're going to start adding dimensions, and if you have them hidden, it will still let you add them, but you're not going to be able to see them. So make sure that you have unhidden those dimensions that we had already kind of laid out there if you hadn't deleted them all. Okay, at this point what we're going to do is we're going to add the window and door tags. So we are still in first floor. Across the top you're going to go to annotate and tag by category. We're tagging the windows and doors, so it's going to create its own tag. Each tag will have a number, and all the windows that are the same will have the same number, and the doors will all have the same number. Now when we place the doors, even though they all may be the same, it doesn't quite number them correctly at first, but we will go in when we do our window and door schedules and fix all the numbers. So right now we're just placing the tag. So I want you to click tag by category, and right here you probably have leader checked. Uncheck the leader, and then all you have to do is move towards each window and door and click, and it's going to place the tag. It'll let you move these, so some of them we may have to move around just because they're not in a good spot. And we want to place each tag. Okay, so move yourself around the plan. Try not to forget anything. Double check yourself and make sure that you have all of the tags in place. Right mouse click, you can cancel out of that. Now you may want to move some things around, like I really don't like how this tag is on top of this door, so I can click on the tag itself and click its little move, and I can either move it inside the door or outside of the door. To me, I like it a little better outside. It's not in the way of anything, and it looks pretty good. Now once we start dimensioning, we may have to move some of these window tags out of the way a little bit of the dimension lines, but we'll worry about that when we start doing our annotations. So once you get everything kind of spaced the way you want it and moved around, and make sure you hadn't forgotten any doors or windows, then go ahead and save, and then we're going to move on to our next step. Next, we're going to add our dimensions onto our floor plan. So if you look at the floor plan that I gave you, it's dimensioned. Now, do not get caught up in making your dimensions match the exact ones on the plan that I gave you, because remember, those are rounding. So don't worry about the numbers matching. And we've probably nudged a wall here and there to make things fit, and that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to aligned dimension. It should already be set on wall faces, because when we placed all of these walls, we wanted to make sure that we had everything kind of in the right position anyway. Now, this is what you have to think about doing. You have to look at the rooms, because everything is in a string. If it has windows and doors, those are on the lowest string. So we're going to go from outside wall to center of window to center of wall. If it's just a room by itself, that is on the next level of the string. And then we do an overall dimension. So you need to look at this, because once you place all these dimensions, if you do it in one long string, you can't move individual pieces. They're all put together. Okay? So along this first piece here, I would go to outside wall, center of window, outside wall. Now this is its own window, so center of window, center of door, center of window, outside wall. And I'm going to pull that out to right about there. Even though that door tag's kind of in the wrong spot, this window tag, I'm going to worry about that in a minute and move things around. So my next string, I'm going to put in outside wall to outside wall, because that's one room. And then all of this is technically one part of a room, to outside wall. And then I would do outside wall to outside wall, and put in the overall. So you're going to work your way around and you're going to place all of your dimensions. So remember, you have to think about where these are going to be placed in the piece, because you can't move things around. Make sure when you have an interior wall, you may have to zoom in to go to the interior of that wall. If it's an outside wall, it goes to the outside edge. Make sure you line up your tiers and then do the overall dimensions that you would have. So we've kind of moved things around a little bit with our plan, and that's perfectly fine. It's not going to match exactly what we had on the sheet. Remember, we moved a door, we've moved and added some windows. But you can see how you're going to walk yourself around this plan and add all the dimensions. Don't forget any dimensions inside the plan. So you would need to give me the dimensions of the walls for the pantry and the closets. You'll need to give me the size of the distance between the kitchen walls. Our little half wall, we're going to measure that from the interior wall to the end of the wall. And again, if that doesn't quite match what we had on our paper, that's fine. We've nudged some things around and we're able to move them. Don't get caught up in trying to make it the right size from the paper, okay? So work your way around and go through and place all of your dimensions, and then our next step is we're going to crop out this plan. This is what your house is going to look like once you place all your dimensions. Don't forget the dimensions on the inside. Anytime you have a door that's just in the middle of a wall somewhere, you have to dimension that. The doors that are in the middle of an opening, we don't have to, because your builder is going to assume that that's going to be in the middle of that actual opening, or if it's up against a corner of a bedroom wall, he knows that it's going to be about 6 inches off the wall to place that. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to crop this plan. So we have hidden all the things on the outside, and we have our elevations. So what we need to do now is crop this plan down, because if you turn on show crop region, you're going to see that this box is pretty big, and when we try to bring this into a plan sheet, it's going to be way too big for the sheet. So down at the bottom, the button in front of the sunglasses is the hide crop region. You see, you click and you turn that off and on. So you're going to take that crop region and you're going to pull it in so you're closing up that view boundary for that floor plan. Once you crop it in, turn off show crop region, zoom extents, and now you have your true first floor. Make sure you save.